This is the summary of the 3 days I spent in Hanoi, Vietnam. On the first day, I arrived very early in the morning at about 7 a.m. local time with the plane at the airport. The plane departed in Mumbai at about midnight, and due to time zone differences, after a 5-hour flight, I arrived in Hanoi. The immigration was very different than to Mumbai. In Mumbai, the security guy asked me a lot of questions about my job and why I visit Mumbai, and he really prodded about the reasons and even asked me about football players in Switzerland. And here in Vietnam, the lady just took my papers, said nothing, checked everything, put the stamp in there, gave them back to me and nodded to me in the direction to leave. She didn't say a single word, so that was quite different. And I arrived at the hotel at about 10 a.m. I was able to check in early, and I just slept for about 1.5 hours before doing anything. Yeah, and then I only did an evening food tour where we visited some local restaurants, I think 7 or 8 different kinds, and we tried a different bite to eat everywhere, which was quite nice. I also met 2 Australian tourists, a retired couple, and they invited me for a cocktail at their hotel on the rooftop bar. This was also quite nice. It's just the hotel next door. I've met them since then randomly in the city as well and said hi again. Yeah. On the second day, I had banh mi for breakfast at the lake, and this is where I met Chien. He's a local. He lives in a different town about 200 kilometers away, but he came to Hanoi because the next day he had a doctor's appointment, and he was basically waiting one day in Hanoi. And we decided to explore the city together, which was quite nice because he speaks Vietnamese and could translate some things for me, and I could also teach him a few words of English, and he teaches me a bit of Vietnamese. And we explored basically all sites I've seen together. And today is my last day I really stay in Hanoi. I'm going to sleep one more night, but today I spent the whole day visiting different motorbike dealership and rental places, and looked at their bikes and asked for an offer. And after the 6th place, I've met Stefan. I think he's doing a good job. I will show you the bike and talk a bit more about the bike later. And tomorrow morning I plan to leave really early because there's a storm coming, and I want to basically leave as early as I can to avoid hitting the storm. And then I will stay in Haiphong for maybe 2 nights or maybe 3 if needed until the storm passes. I keep you updated. This is my room in Hanoi. It's a room of the Hotel Valley Inn, and so far I'm fairly happy with the room. It's $15 a night. It has air conditioning, Wi-Fi, a fridge, your own bathroom with toilet and shower. The only complaint I really have is that the AC is quite noisy, so during the night you can only run it on the lowest setting without it rattling. I turned it off now so we can hear what I say. And of course, when you go out and come back in, the AC doesn't run. So every time you return to the hotel, it's about 32 degrees again. And you need to wait like an hour or 2 to get it down to a reasonable temperature. This is the bathroom. Mirror is over here. Toilet. Shower with 2 shower heads. But this rainfall shower head doesn't really work. The water comes out on top and then just falls over here. So I use this one, but this works fine. I have a water heater right there, so warm water is provided. Yeah, I think you can't really complain much for $15. Other people have it worse though. I read some reviews and some rooms are apparently really bad. And the only really bad thing I can say is the travel agent in the reception. She's called Rosa and everybody calls her a scammer. And it's maybe true, I don't know, she promises a lot and then the tours aren't exactly as described. For example, the food tour she promised me, she said there's going to be 20 different kinds of foods for $20. And well, that was a bit too much promised. I think we stopped at 7-8 places and we had one food shared with everybody there. It was still enough and it was still a great tour. The tour guide spent about 2.5 hours with us and I can't complain, but yeah, she overpromises a lot. So I'm happy to not take any further tours with her to a different place and then get a different cruise and a different hotel or one day less, as some people have said online. So yeah, tomorrow I'll take my bike, which I just purchased, and I hope I made it to Haiphong. And from there I will continue. Although I have to wait for a few days, I think, because a typhoon storm is coming. And I don't want to be traveling during this. It's apparently a very strong one. So we will see. I'll keep you updated.